Hey y'all, so I am back. Yes, sis. I am back with another video. And this video is another story time. I told myself that I was gonna try out the story time to see how everybody likes it. I got some good views on it, not a lot, but I got more than some other videos that I've had views on. So I said, fuck it. I'm throwing story time in the mix. So I have another story time for you guys. And this story time is such a it was a bad time in my life, so I'm not gonna go into great details about this story time. I'm not gonna go into great detail with the people in the story time, but I feel like the story time is needed. Like, I feel like every girl goes through something like this with some man or some boyfriend or some husband or just some crazy shit. And I just feel like I'ma just tell my story. I'ma tell my story. So, story time. So, this story is about, like the title said, the time I caught my nigga, my boyfriend, the nigga I trusted with my heart. I'm gonna call him Mr. Big because I'm not gonna say any names. And if y'all catch that Sex and the City reference, y'all know it's about to be some shit. So, Mr. Big and I lived together. And I loved Mr. Big. Like, me and Mr. Big have known each other since fucking high school. Like, I fuck with him. Like it was a part of my life where I feel like I was still growing as a person and as a girlfriend, as a woman. I made mistakes as well as he did, in all seriousness. And I feel like sometimes women don't like to be accountable and say that they made mistakes. And so does guys. Guys don't like to do that either, but I made mistakes. Point blank. Me and Mr. Big were living together. We were living together and we had a 1-bedroom apartment. So Mr. Big, when we moved into the apartment, we had some issues and we quote unquote broke up with each other. Well, he broke up with me actually. So we were stuck in this lease and, you know, we were broken up. So me and Mr. Big had an agreement that we were not going to disrespect each other. We were gonna finish up the lease, pay our bills, and do what we gotta do, and just call it quits when the lease was up. So at the time, I was still trying to, like, you know, win him back. You know, I wanted my relationship back. Like, I know I fucked up. I didn't cheat or nothing, but I fucked up on my part. And I felt like, as a woman, if you don't resolve some of the issues that you have, it's gonna always seep into your life, relationships, your friendships, and just everything. So I was already mentally going through shit, so I feel like I was taking it out on Mr. Big, and he was just fed up with that shit. Here's what it is. So in the midst of me trying to get with him, he told me straight up, he was like, I'm done. I'm not trying to be with you. I need you to move on. I need you to go look for another girl, not a girlfriend, but go look for another guy. Enjoy your life because it's not happening. It was tough. It was tough because I'd been with him for a minute, like through high school and everything. Like, that was just the person. That was like my first love. And, you know, it meant a lot. So I was heartbroken, you guys. I was heartbroken. So at the time, I was like, you know what, fuck you, you don't want me, I don't need you. And I decided to go. I was like, he want me to move on? Boom, I'm moving on. Our agreement was that neither one of us would disrespect each other, meaning that we would not bring any females or males into the home to get each other upset. So for some reason, Mr. Big decided that he wanted to get a quote unquote girlfriend. This bitch. So I don't know if she was just a dumbass or if she felt like everything that he was saying was the truth, but I don't know why. I later found out that she thought that we were roommates, and I was just thinking to myself, like, why the fuck would you think we roommates? You thought we was roommates? You thought we was roommates? Bitch, bye. So apparently he was dating her, and he would have her at the house after we specifically spoke and said that that wasn't cool, that wasn't gonna happen. And that's when I was like, he wanna play that game? Fine, fuck it. So I started going out, enjoying myself, going on dates, living life, you know, summer life, doing my thing. Hey. Hey. And then he has the nerve to get upset. Y'all, he got upset. He's upset to the point where he is threatening to leave. He is bitching, screaming, yelling, just telling me how I'm throwing away our relationship. Like, what relationship? I thought we didn't have one. So when all of this is going down, I'm just looking like, the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Like, do you want me? You don't. I feel like the way it is when a guy see you with someone else and they see you doing better, that's when they want you. But it's like, you told me to go. You said fuck me. So there was a point where like I was dating and he was pissed all the time, and he tried to get back with me, and I'm just like, no, I don't want you. And fast forward. At that point, I had spoke to him and said, if you're going to allow this girl to come into the house, don't do no hot shit and don't disrespect me. Because at that point, we were just arguing all the time about what the fuck that we could do. He was keeping me up at night with all the fighting. I couldn't go to work in the morning. When I did go to work, I was always sleeping. It was just so stressful, so much anxiety. So one night, I had went out with my homegirls. Came home, and I come home, his homeboys in the living room sleeping. I guess they had went to a party or something. I just walk in the house and I'm trying to use the bathroom. And I was like, who in there? And then his homeboy, which I was really cool with, I'm gonna call him Steve. Steve, I was really cool with Steve. I'm like, Steve, so who in there? Steve like, Mr. Big. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I hear a female voice in the shower giggling and whatever. I don't know if because I was also fucked up from going out that night too. I don't know if I was drunk or if I was like, I swear I heard moaning. Like, I don't know, maybe I did it, but a bitch went crazy. I thought I heard moaning. So I'm like, so at that point his homeboys are like drunk and sleep all over the house. So the other homeboy is like, Nelly, you need to relax, you need to chill. And I'm just like, so he got this bitch up in my fucking house? So you got this bitch up in my fucking house, you in the fucking shower with this bitch, and like I'm going from 0 to fucking 1,000. Like, I was like, yo, and I'm banging. I'm like, get the fuck out. I'm like, get the fuck out now. Yeah, come here. So like, he like, hold on, bruh. Now I'm like, get the fuck out the bathroom. Get the fuck out the bathroom. So I look at his homeboy and I'm like, Steve, who the fuck in the bathroom with him? and what the fuck they do in my house in the fucking bathroom and taking a shower? So Steve just looking at me like, calm down. And at the time Steve was rooming at my house. We had let him stay because he was having issues. So me and Steve were close. Like, he was like my compadre. So I'm just like, Steve, and Steve tells me it's the girl that Mr. Big is talking to. And I'm like, he got the fucking nerve after we just had a fucking conversation. And at that point I was so upset. I don't know anymore. I was more so upset. Like, if we agreed not to have no bitches and no niggas in my house, we agreed to keep that shit outside, the other person gotta see, I feel like that's a level of respect. And some people don't have no respect. For a moment, I don't know, like, I went black, red, blue, whatever y'all want to call it. I took a knife out of the kitchen. And I'm just like, get the fuck out. So he comes out. I guess he had to rush and get dressed and wore the same shit. He comes out and he see a knife in my hand. So at that point, I'm pointing the knife like this. I'm like, so y'all motherfuckers want to try me after we had a fucking conversation. So he like, so what you about to do with that? And I'm like, nigga, I'm about to fuck you and I'm about to fuck your bitch up. So So then like he tries to grab a knife from me and I'm like, don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Cause if you motherfucking touch me, I'ma fuck you up. So we here and we just having this fucking argument about and I'm gonna be real, I did not see the bitch. Like the bitch never came out. I'm like, tell the bitch to come out. And then he's like, you need to get out. You need to calm down. You need to put a knife down. What the fuck you gonna do? You trying to go to jail? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So then at this point, I start putting my hands on him. So I start pushing him and just, I don't condone violence, abuse, or domestic violence from any party, you guys. But that's why I said I felt like it was either the alcohol or I was just too gone to realize what the fuck I was doing. So I'm not even gonna blame the alcohol. I just feel like I blanked out because that's not how I act. Anybody who knows me know that's not me. I don't do that. So I'm upset. I start flinging the knife, and somehow, I can't remember how, but somehow we landed inside. I mean, somehow we landed outside in front of the door. I don't know how he got me outside, but I know it was because when I started pushing him and shoving him and putting hands, sometimes the knife dropped, and sometimes he pushed me outside. At that point, I don't know what fucking time it is in the morning, but we're arguing and we're fucking fighting, and I put my hands on him and he's trying his hardest to restrain himself. And then like he pushes me on, he doesn't push me, he like pushes me towards the wall and holds me. He's like, you need to relax, you need to chill. And he doesn't say sorry. He doesn't say I disrespected you. He doesn't say I fucked up. He's just telling me to chill. I ain't about to do shit. I don't know why the fuck he said that, because that set me off. So that's when I started going off again some more. Like, how the fuck you gonna have a bitch in the shower? Like, you fucking her in the shower? Like, do you have no respect? Like, that's what I was saying. I was so upset. And I was just more so like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? So like we're arguing, we're fighting outside, causing a scene. And then I don't know how many minutes go by, but it felt like we was outside for like 30 to an hour, going back and forth, arguing, yelling. And it was just like at one point, I finally got tired. He finally got tired. And he was just like, so you done? You done? Because I'm about to go inside. And I don't want to deal with that shit. So I go inside and I see the bitches sleeping on the fucking air mattress. So I want to cause a whole nother fucking scene. But at that point, I'm so fucking tired. And I'm like, tell your bitch, if I see her again, it's gonna be a fucking problem. I'll have your bitch up in here. So I was just so hurt and disrespected. Like, I think that he saw how upset I was, and I felt like he thought I was just gonna come back out here and jump on the bitch and want to fight her. Because like, I walked to my room, he stayed in the living room with her, and I walked back out and he jumped up. Like, oh shit. And he's looking at me. I'm looking at him like, bitch, I ain't gonna do nothing. But if she's here tomorrow, I'ma fuck her up. So, my tired ass. At this point, I'm exhausted. I feel like I done fought. I'm ready to, I'm done. Like, it's all out of me, I'm done. And that's what I made a mental note at that point that I was done with the relationship. I was done with the bullshit, because it takes a certain point for a woman to get to when you realize a man is driving you fucking insane. It's not about the fact that you moved on, because that's what we spoke about and you want to move on. The issue is you don't have no respect for me. Like, it's our house. Like, my house is my peace, and you bringing unpeaceful things into my home. So at that point, I had made a mental note that I was done with the relationship. I was done with everything, and I was done with his ass. And let me put it out there. And on top of that, when he found out that I was dating, he started acting brand new, like he didn't want to pay rent. So at that point, I was like, you know what? I think it's time for me to kick his ass out. I kicked his butt to the motherfucking curb, and I kicked him out. It took some time for me to kick him out, but I really did. I eventually kicked him out because it wasn't working no more. You weren't trying to pay no bills, and it's like at that point, I can do bad by myself. So yeah, you guys, that is the story. That is my story, and that is my sorrow. Relationships are hard work. Hard work, there's hurt, there's pain. Relationships bring a little bit of all of that. And the reason I say that is to say that your mental is so important. Don't be in a relationship that you feel like you're being drained, because nobody deserves to feel like they are being mentally drained from a relationship, or you're physically tired from a relationship. At the end of the day, all I could say is find the one that makes you guys happy and be happy. Because that's all that matters, sis. And that goes for the guys too. Find you a woman that ain't gonna give you no fucking headache. Like, at the end of the day, your woman is your peace. If she ain't helping you be better, she ain't helping you boss up, then leave her ass. You don't gotta be with her. And that is the end of story time. Good night, children. Bye, you guys.